Hello YouTubers, this is Ramafool, and to keep this channel fairly active, I'd like to share with everyone what I've been up to during the summer of 2024. Now, if you've been following up with me on Twitter and Instagram, you may have heard that I recently went to Toronto. Yes, it has actually been my first time out of the States and into Canada. It was a really nice trip, and there was a lot to do over there. I did ride up to the top of the CN Tower the day after arrival, and managed to get a few cool shots of the city from there, although it was also exhausting as it was pretty crowded and I had to wait in line for almost an hour just to take the elevator. I got tired pretty quickly not long after getting to the top. So while I still liked it, I wouldn't say it was my top highlight. However, there were definitely some other things worth doing. For all you train fanatics, I also went to the Roundhouse Park and Railway Museum, which is right across from the tower. I was originally planning on visiting right after that, but ended up postponing it having already been tired. This definitely ranked higher in my list of favorite activities for this vacation. So the park itself is based at a railway shed, obviously. They have engines and cars on display here, and even a miniature train ride, something I would have considered, except you'd be sitting with different families, and I wasn't entirely comfortable with that. There is a brewery at the Roundhouse, and also a big arcade with both in and outdoor dining. By the way, if you eat outside, expect to see some pigeons wandering around for leftover food. The museum itself is also located here. Apologies for the glass reflections, these models were in display cases. Oh hey, is that Vinny? Oh, nope, different shape. Anyway, in addition to that, I also got to drive a train. Well, sorta. This is actually a train simulator in the museum where you can experience what it's like to drive one. Another thing I enjoyed doing here. I did pick up some souvenirs, including a poster, some greeting cards, and a few models. This wooden one here is supposed to be a car from the Rocket subway train. I never actually rode on that when I was there, but it's from Toronto, and I don't think I had any wooden subway cars before then, so I thought this would be an interesting buy. In other train-related news, I went to 2 Walmarts, both of which had Thomas Minis, as single-use plastic bags are still a thing in Canada. 6 of these are from the new 2024 wave, and 1 came from a spare Series 25 blind bag. Pretty big deal for me because they are no longer available in my area, with the exception of advent calendars. Finally, there's one more thing I find worth sharing. Some of you might already know from social media, but for those who don't, on my way home I also went to Niagara Falls. Yes, it's always nice to save the best for last. I went back to the US side for this, because the American tours here have a lot more to offer. For example, Maid of the Mist takes you right up to both the American and Canadian falls. Now, I normally wouldn't take my phone out for something like this, especially when it involves getting wet. However, the new models are supposed to be water resistant, and this is one of those few opportunities where you get to see the falls up close. So, I actually had the guts to take some footage on the boat. And yes, my phone did get sprayed, but it dried off pretty quickly. I would have liked to get some close-up shots of the top of Horseshoe Falls, but I ran out of time for that. In fact, I didn't get back home till midnight, and I really don't like staying up past then. Nonetheless, it was still worth the trip. And I gotta say, these shots can make for some pretty good memes. So, if you ever visit Toronto, these are some attractions I would highly suggest visiting. If you'd like to see and hear more from me, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Ramafool signing out.